All right, so we're doing a play test. 11SIX24. We've got the all-court Huarache-X, Power Huarache-X, Vapor Power, Vapor all-court, and we're going to compare them to some Joola 3Ss. I've got the Hyperion 16 millimeter and the Perseus 16 millimeter. Let's start off with the Huarache-X all-court. Huarache-X all-court feels very crisp. There is a fiberglass layer in it, which you can feel on your drives. Softer shots feel a bit more plush, but the paddle gives very good feedback. Oh, you hit the ball. All right, let's switch to the Huarache Power. I'm going to switch off hand in hand between the Huarache Power and Huarache All Court. Huarache Power. Wonder if you can hear the tone difference in the two. All right, so Huarache-X Power, right out of the gate, is feeling much more plush than that all court, but a significant boost in power. That shot was awful. All right, I'm gonna go back to Huarache-X Power. Actually, we're gonna go hand in hand. 2 hands, 2 paddles. I've got more balls here. Let me make sure this is recording. Okay. That would suck. Okay. Huarache-X control. Back to power. Power's way more plush. Huarache-X Power. Drops feel plush. Back to the X. Back to the all court. Actually, let's focus on drives a little bit more. Huarache-X drives. Huarache Power drives. Okay. Huarache-X Power still feels slightly more plush to me. Slightly more plush. Back to the all court. Yeah, all court definitely feels more stiff. Not by a significant margin though. Look, one of these paddles has to be stiffer than the other, and one of these paddles has to be more plush than the other. This is just a slight variance. Huarache-X all court on drives feels a bit stiffer than the Huarache-X Power on drives. Yeah, more plush. Obviously, there's more power in the Huarache-X Power. All right, let's do some drops with this Huarache-X shape. We'll start with power, then we'll go to all court. All right, let's go to all court. Okay, Huarache-X all court feels slightly stiffer to me on drops than Huarache-X power. But it's close. It's very close. Obviously, I'm getting more pop off the power, but the all court feels really, really nice. There's nothing unpleasant about it. Back to all court. Oh, man, plushness is very close. It's very close. And I think that's because on drops, you're really not activating the fiberglass layer in the all court. All right, let's switch to the Joola. Let's do Perseus 3S and Huarache-X. We'll start with the all court. All right, going to the all court, Huarache-X. Back to the Joola. Ah, sorry. Back to the Joola. Okay, Joola is stiffer than the all court. So the all court Huarache compared to the Perseus is plusher. The Perseus 3S feels a tiny bit stiffer to me. Let's do Perseus 3S and Huarache power. You good? Okay, these two feel very similar to me after a couple of shots together. There's no power differences. Ah, sorry. Let's do some drops. Okay, Huarache-X power, jeez. Okay, Perseus 3S is definitely stiffer, but there is an element of the Perseus 3S that does offer some plushness. Not as plush feeling as this Huarache-X power, but drops feel similar. Back to the Perseus. Perseus is a bit stiffer. It's still a great paddle, obviously. Both of these paddles are great. I don't know if you can hear the differences, but there is a similar tone coming off the Huarache-X power as there is the 16mm Perseus 3S. It's a great paddle, great feeling. All right, I want to switch to the Hyperion. Are you good? Does it look okay? I want to switch to Vapor all court and Vapor power. And we're gonna stack it up against the Hyperion 3S 16mm. Let's start with hitting the Vapor side by side, all court and power. You good? We'll do some drives. Okay, this is Vapor all court. Oh, that was ugly. My backhand was ugly. All right, let's go to the Vapor power. Okay, deeper tone out of the Vapor power. I think everybody knows that though. There's noticeably more power out of the Vapor power, as you would think. The all court vapor feels much more crisp than the power does. The power feels more plush. Balance wise, they feel the same, even though if I recall correctly, the swing weight on the all court is considerably lower than the swing weight on the power. Let's go to power. All court. Power. So it could be that the all court just sounds more crisp off the face. I do think the power feels slightly more plush, slightly softer. I'm talking feeling, ball off the face, not the velocity of the ball off the face, just feel. The ball comes noticeably hotter off the vapor power. I think that's to be expected. But you're looking for a crisper, slightly, and I do mean slightly feeling face without an extra boost in power. This 11SIX24 Vapor All Court could be the paddle you're looking for. All right, let's stack it up to, oh, actually, I want to do some drops. Okay, we'll do some drops. Like, I'll do like 6 drops with these. I just want to get a feel for them. Okay, drops wise, Vapor Power definitely feels more plush, but also more poppy. The Vapor All Court feels slightly stiffer. I'm going to use the word crisp to describe the ball off the paddle face. But you should be able to hear that as well. There's a crisper tone coming off the All Court. Both paddles, super well balanced. Both paddles just feel great. Just feel great. Flushed. All right. Hyperion now. Hyperion and Vapor Power to start. Drives. All right, let's go to Hyperion. So the Hyperion and the Power, the Hyperion and the Vapor Power sound very, very similar. There's a slightly deeper tone in the Hyperion 3S than there is, well, actually, take that back. I got you. Let me do, yeah. A couple more drives with this. Okay, there's a louder tone, I think, coming off the Hyperion 3S. Okay, I take it back. The tones are the same. They sound identical. All right, let's do it against. Let's do some drops. I'm gonna drop this real quick. All right. I will say that the Vapor Power is considerably more stable than the Hyperion 3S. But ball off the face feels similar to me. Maybe an edge in, maybe there's an edge in plushness on the Vapor Power. Marginal, a 1/10 of a point, maybe. All right, let's do All Court and the Hyperion. All Court Vapor. and Hyperion 3S. Are these paddles more similar? Oh boy. Okay. Back to the all court. Higher pitched tone off the all court, but the all court. Okay, slightly more plush feeling on the Hyperion 3S. Slightly more plush feeling of the ball off the 3S. Going to the Vapor all court. Ah. Sorry. The Vapor all court feels a bit softer. Oh, no, it doesn't. God almighty. Hyperion. I feel more power off the 3S, but these paddles feel much more similar to me than different. The ball seems to come off the face in a very similar feel. I can't tell which one is more crisp feeling and which one is more plush feeling, even though in the last segment I mentioned that one has to be crisp and one has to be more plush. So let's see if I can drill in on that. Huh. Man, I can't tell which of these paddles feels like stiffer or more crisp and more plush. I need to hit a few more with these two. Okay, on drops, I think the 3S feels slightly more plush. Slightly. I would go so far as to say the ball seems to be coming off the paddle face at the same velocity. I don't have my radar gun here to test that stuff, so it's all anecdotal. But God, these are two just really nice feeling paddles. If I can hit the ball over the net, I'll cut that. Couple more drives. Say back to the Hyperion. Okay, these two paddles obviously are constructed differently, but they feel remarkably similar. I can't break this down anymore. If I was blindfolded and I could hit these balls, might not know which paddle I was swinging based on the feel alone. Based on the swing, yeah, I can tell. Based on the handle, yeah, I can tell. But ball off the face, gosh. There's just an element of plushness to both of these paddles. that it's just hard to describe until you hit them side by side. In terms of a sharper feeling, sharper in terms of not jarring and not talking about vibration, just a sharp feel, I guess. I'd give the edge here to the Vapor All Court. It feels tighter in that, like, there's more stuff underneath the cover, so to speak, that's just coming together to form a great paddle. Obviously, the Hyperion 3S is a great paddle. Nobody's saying otherwise, but yeah, I think that these two paddles are remarkably similar. I can't speak to how they feel in terms of power and pop. Don't have the radar gun, but they just feel like there's more similarities to these paddles than there are dissimilarities. What's the opposite of similarities? Differences. Like, there's more similarities to these paddles than there are differences. So Vapor Power, Vapor All Court, Huarache Power, Huarache All Court, playtest against the Joola Perseus 3S and the Joola Hyperion 3S. Done.